Prime face with MAC Prep and Prime SPF 50. Going with NYX Invincible foundation, and I use stud on my brows. Now I'm using Painterly, which is an eye primer from MAC, and I'm priming my eyes just to make sure that the colors will adhere to my lid, because I'm going with quite dark colors this time. So once you've laid, use your fingers to blend it out because it's quite sticky. I go in with my Warm Neutrals palette from MAC, and I choose the dark brown called Saddle, and I use that as my first transitional color on my lids. Now I'm going back in with a little bit of extra, just a little bit below the transitional line, just making sure you blend, because this is going to need a lot of blending so that it doesn't look unnatural. I'm going in with Mariana Butia's Eben powder, which is my contour. And now I'm using a liquid eyeliner from MAC called Black Track. I'll be laying this and patting it down on my eyelids because I need a very strong base when I'm doing this eye look. Just pat it down, don't go too high up on the eye, please, because then it will give it a panda look, and we're not going for that today. So we'll do this on both eyes. Don't worry about the sharp lines because we'll be blending those out soon enough. Now I'm going in with MAC Carbon, and I'm brushing this just slightly above where I've laid the eyeliner, the Black Track. So just blur it out, take a little bit of product and blur it out. I mean, you'll be blending for some time. And just go in and go down on where you've laid down the Black Track to make it just a little bit darker, because it tends to fade every now and then. I'm now using an eyeliner, and I'll be cheating here because I'm only doing a flip on the end of my eye because it's already so dark and eyeliner won't be visible. Make a mistake, rub it out. Start again. And now I'm lining my eyes with a black eyeliner pen on the inside, my waterline, making it look black. I'll be going in with a bang with a small brush just to blur that out, because we don't want a very harsh or sloppy look. We want it to be very, very even but very smoked out at the end of the day. So keep smoking it out. Today I'm using NYX Hd Concealer in Nutmeg to highlight, just because it's quite high definition and it does give a really nice natural finish. It's not as bright as, it's just as bright as the MAC NW40 Pro Concealer. So just keep painting your face, girl. I'll be doing my forehead next, once I get the nose right, get my bump on my nose right. Oh, actually, I'm doing my mustache. Lovely. A little bit of product goes a long way. Now I'm doing my big forehead. There we go. Keep going, girl. Paint that face. And I use my wet, damp beauty blender to blend it all out. And again, this is crucial. You have to blend as much as possible. Now I'm using Match Master Concealer from MAC to contour. I find that it's very red and it matches my undertones very nicely. With a damp Real Techniques sponge, I'm going in to blend out that contour. I love how... Now I'm using the NYX Liquid Crystal Liner in Crystal Hip to go in and basically paint over the smoky eye just on the lower half, because I would like to have a more bright effect but also a little bit of sparkle. Come on, who doesn't love a sparkle? We all love crystals and sparkles. If I could wake up in Swarovski all day, I would. And go in on top of, just as I'm painting now, in small strokes to begin with until you reach the end. And it's gonna dry and it's gonna stick to the upper lid, which I realized as I was doing it. So it got a little bit higher than I actually wanted it to go. But just make sure before you look up, you actually dry it down. I am now setting my highlight using Ben Nye, our favorite friend from before. And once I'm done, I will be using the Mariana Butia's Eben to strengthen up my contour. And I'm using a new brush from Real Techniques, it's their sculpting brush. And once you put the contour on, brush it upwards to really mark your cheekbones well. I go in on the nose as well. Now I'm using the NYX Wicked Lashes called Scandal. And I chose these because they looked very, very non-dramatic, even though it's called dramatic, scandalous. And now, brush off all the excess Ben Nye powder. Always check your eyelashes are on point. Brush all of that off. And I will go back in with the liner just to go into the tear ducts of my eye to mark it and give it a little bit more shape. I will also take it on the underlash. Is that such an underlash? And I'll just brush it up there a little bit. I'm spraying my brush and dancing. And then, ooh, she's feeling herself. And I'm going in on the MAC Magnetic Appeal Highlighter. Was one of their limited editions. And I'm going in on my cheekbones and on my nose and on my, well, finger works better, love. And I'll be going in on my forehead as well. Oh, I just sneezed. Ambering Rose from MAC to go on top of the highlighter. Prime my lips, and I'm using Blackberry from NYX, one of their lip pens. Really surprised that it works just as well as MAC, but was half the price. Anyway, I'm lining it. It's not quite black, but it's got a berry undertone to it. So I'm going around the corners, and I'm using Ruby Woo from MAC in the center of my lips. I did want a slight ombre look, but not too much of an ombre. I'm using the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat powder as a finishing tone for my face. So, if you're looking for this look for a night out, you can just stop the makeup right there and you'll be good to go. As I will be showing you how the Fulani dress, it's a Fulani inspired video, I will be continuing to basically paint my face so that we can get the whole authentic. Painting of the face occurs generally with the Fulani Fulbe tribe or Pol in some cases. After the young woman has had her first menstruation, then they will be taken and basically they will tattoo these on their faces. Now since I haven't got the tattoos on my face, I'll be drawing it on to show you exactly how it is. I'll start with the same lip pen that I lined. It's Blackberry from NYX. I'll be doing my cheeks as well. Painting it in very precise lines. The reason why I like this pen is it's not very, very black. It's got a burgundy tinge to it, so it actually leaves the markings really soft on top of the makeup. Always going on the side as well, because there's always two lines if you're a Pol. I'm going in for the middle line as well, trying to make it as straight as possible with dots. So I've got my beads. Better I put them on now because once I do my hair I won't be able to fit anything above my head. So I'm going to go with beads. And these are from Colors of Africa in Stockholm, a black owned company. So if you want these beads, obviously you can contact them. The information will be in the description bar below. The Fulani obviously are known for growing their hair very long in all of Africa and braiding it into two, both the men and the women. Since, as you can see, I have a very short afro, I'm going to be using extensions. So I'm going to divide my hair into two. And I have a band here. I've already pre-braided these two hairs and I'm going to add one. So there we go. So I've got them, and at the ends are earrings are too heavy for my ears. I've divided my hair right here and I'm going to be going in and placing that on my ears right there. So when I have my headband on, when the head wrap on, they will be hanging. So I'm going to go put on my dress and come back and do my head. So now for me, my look is complete. What tribal wear is. We like the wax print and we like the big headdresses, we like our traditional braids and we like our afro in the front and we mark our faces. And the markings are not something that you can remove when you want to, obviously, as it will be tattooed onto your skin. Different variations of the Fulani tribe will have different kind of markings. Some of them will have circles in yellow, some of them will have orange or very red sand clay, and some of them will have the markings, but always the markings on the side and markings on the front of the face. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this look, and I look forward to making more videos from my Gambian heritage for you.